And hello from Lights and Gear. We have another flashlight demonstration for you today, and I'm demonstrating this white box. It's a beautiful box. It's very square. No, I'm only kidding. This, of course, had a flashlight in it, which I'm going to show you here in 2 seconds because this is how it arrived to my door in this little white box without a lot of marks, without a lot of markings on it, I should say, except for this right here. This is, now, I'm not exactly sure even of the pronunciation, but if you'd like to try to pronounce it yourself, Vuann is the manufacturer, and their website is right on the light. It is the RL400, which, as you can see here, uses a CREE XR-E R5 LED. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm entirely familiar with this LED, but it seems to do a fairly good job in this little light. 500 lumens, as it states, is the high output. It only has 2 outputs. So for those of you who don't like a lot of different choices or a lot of different modes to click through on a flashlight, this may be the one for you. It only has high and low, and it also has the flashing modes. But the one thing about it is that perhaps might set it apart from a few others is that it is rechargeable. Now, some people make the mistake of saying, oh yeah, this new flashlight is rechargeable. All that usually means is that it can run on a rechargeable battery. But in this particular case, you plug the USB right into the flashlight and recharge the battery in the light. So that's what makes the light rechargeable as opposed to a flashlight that just runs on a rechargeable battery. So here you have RL400. And the name is right here on the front with their website above it. And it's a pretty good little form of a flashlight, not too long, not terribly small, but you know, verging here on about 5 inches and a bit, and pretty good weight to it. Not too heavy, not too light. I haven't actually weighed it yet, but probably be around 300 grams. So anyway, here is the LED in here, as you can just about make it out there. So let's turn the light on by way of this handy side switch, and this is the only control on the light. Oh, as you can see, it also comes with a pretty good pocket clip, so that's pretty good. So anyway, I have a battery in here, and the way you put the battery in is to just undo the head, and there you have the battery there. 18650 is what it takes. 3.7 volt. The other accessories that come with the light inside this nice white box is actually a belt sheath, which is pretty good, and it also comes with a couple of nice little accessories here. Looks like you have a spare O-ring, a spare tail cap. In this case, you can change out. Actually, well, no, this would be a not a tail cap because it doesn't have a tail cap button. But it does have a red button in here, which would be interchangeable with something. There are no written instructions with the light, so a couple of things here you just have to imagine. But you do have a lanyard in here. So as you can see, I haven't opened this package, but I did see the red, and it looks like a tail cap, but it only turns on from the side. So I guess you can take that for what you want as far as what this is for. But behind this little flap here, if you can see, there we go, is the USB port, and it also comes with the USB cable right here. I have taken the liberty of plugging it into an adapter since I don't have anything here to plug the USB into. Here's the obviously the end of the USB, so I plugged it into this adapter, and what will happen is as soon as you plug this in, like that, you will get, if you can see, you will get a little red light. There you go. You get a red light as soon as you plug it in. Is it red? This battery is reasonably fresh, so it might not be too red. But what would be my main assumption here is once the battery is charged, the light, this little LED light, will gradually turn green. It's actually gradually turning green right now. And I can see that it's a little difficult to discern the color in the camera, but it was red when I first plugged it in. Now it's starting to go to a little light green. But that is how you would charge the battery. if you want. You don't have to do that. You can take the battery out and charge it in a regular charger if you want. And it has yet to be determined exactly how long the battery takes to charge within the light itself. Now, if you'll pardon me for 2 seconds here, I'm going to turn off a bit of light and turn this on. And to do so, you just press and hold the button. A single click will do absolutely nothing. So you got to press and hold it, and there is the light. And it has a reasonably good beam on here. It's very artifact free, very round, and has a very distinct spotlight in the center. And as I said, it only has high and low, so pardon the camera there for a moment, high and low. So to get to low, I'll just click it and it'll go right down to low. And there's strobe, so it has high, low, and strobe. So we're back on to high, there's low, and there's strobe, and each time you click it, it just goes through the 3 modes. So as you can see, that beam is pretty, it's got a pretty good spot right in the center. So throw on it will be reasonably good. And again, the box says 500 lumens. I would say that seems pretty reasonable. The light is, I mean, the LED is nice and white, so there's no crazy color in here. There's no blue tint or anything. So it has a very nice white color to it. And again, seeing as this is actually a clicky switch, there will be no memory. So all you do to turn it off is to press and hold. Then it's off, and then press and hold to turn it on. So if I have it there in low and then turn it off, let's see now, press and hold, and it's back on high. So yeah, so there'll be no memory on this. It'll just come on in high each time. And I'm not sure what the lumen is on low. It's not terribly low, but I'm going to estimate perhaps around 100 lumens perhaps on low. That would seem a pretty good estimate. But for most uses, I would say this is very useful. And size-wise, with the pocket clip, it'll certainly fit just about anywhere you need it to clip onto. And with the handy side switch, it will obviously turn on in a pinch. And again, just include the USB port in there to charge the battery or not, whichever way you prefer to do that. But here it is in its simplest form. That is the RL100. There will be a link below if you'd like to make a purchase of it. I think for the most part their sales are on Amazon, since they are a relatively young company, and that is where you will find the RL100 for purchase. So do click on the link at Lights and Gear, and you can also visit my website, of course, for other flashlights, batteries, chargers, and basic information on all of the above as far as flashlights go. That's lightsandgear.com. But anyway, there you have the RL400. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, and we'll see you next time.